hunger it was very visual and very real. My journey to FEED started as a sophomore in college. I went to Princeton, and the UN World Food Program at the time was looking to start their Students Fighting World Hunger campaign, and they needed a student to sort of take the charge and be a student ambassador for them. And actually the woman who was sort of coming up with that campaign saw me. I was speaking about another cause I was involved in on the Today Show. So she sort of tuned in while she's thinking about what student can I approach to help with this campaign, and there I was. My first trip with the UN World Food Program was to Guatemala. You know, Guatemala is like a 3.5, 4-hour flight from New York City, so it's very, very close. And I think often people think of, you know, hunger and poverty as Africa, or, you know, very far away. So to land in Guatemala and to see firsthand the level of poverty and hunger and malnutrition that the people in Guatemala face was really an eye-opening experience. The two things the UN World Food Program showed me in Guatemala, one was the therapeutic feeding center, and it's a place where children are taken when they're really severely malnourished, and they're kind of brought back to life via this peanut paste. But it's really was very heartbreaking to see children who were so chronically malnourished that, you know, one little boy was 7 years old, but he actually looked like he was 4. On the more hopeful side, they also took me to see schools. And at these schools, children are learning and playing and being active. But the amazing thing that the World Food Program is doing in these schools is called school feeding. And it's similar to what our government does here. These kids are getting a free school lunch, and it's reason enough for them to go to school and stay in school and, you know, learn better. It's hard to learn on an empty stomach. And it really incentivizes parents to send their children to school. So it's this amazing program that's not only getting kids a nutrient-packed meal, which may be the only meal they're getting all day, but it's also ensuring that they're gonna get a great education, or some education. After signing on as a student spokesperson, I was able to travel with the UN around the world to Africa, Asia, and more countries in Latin America. And through that experience, you know, really felt compelled and wanted to do more, but was also slightly frustrated not knowing what I could do or what I could tell other young people and students to do. So I had this idea to, you know, it costs so little to feed a child in school for a year. So why not build that cost, that donation, into the cost of a reusable bag? So you'll be doing good for the environment, and you're feeding a kid, and you can feel great about that. So this was the original bag I designed. It's called the Feed One bag. And for every bag sold, it feeds one child in school for a year. So the model was, you know, literally just to sell this bag and feed as many children as we could. So we started selling on Amazon.com, and at the moment Amazon.com said, okay, we'll buy your bag, was the moment I was like, okay, I should start a company to sell these bags. I have a lot of hope for FEED. I think we're just beginning. I love that FEED is becoming kind of more of a known brand in the social consumer space. But really I want FEED to be a way for people to engage with the issue of world hunger, whether it's hunger abroad or hunger here. Whether you want to buy a product or whether you just want to donate, hopefully FEED is a way to make that giving very tangible and very accessible to you.